Thanks, Danny. Right now at noon, over 1,000 are without power in Sequoia County after reports of a power outage impacting the Muldrow substation. According to Cookson Hills Electric Cooperative, crews have been sent to determine what caused that outage. Right now, there's no estimate for a restoration time, but we'll keep watching that, keep you updated right here on 5 News. And day 3 is underway for a double homicide trial in Crawford County. 5 News reporter Bo Russell is in the courthouse bringing us the latest. Bo.
Cooper Wesley is the 27-year-old accused with killing 2 men in November of 2023. Day 3 of his trial started with testimony from expert witnesses. So far, we've heard from a deputy at the Crawford County Coroner's Office, as well as 2 forensic scientists from the Arkansas Crime Lab. The prosecution spent a lot of time building their credibility. Deborah Britton, a forensic expert who has worked at the Arkansas Crime Lab for 26 years, used a large model of a bullet casing to break down how she examines evidence. She says that she can't give a 100% determination on where the bullets that killed Donald Lewis or Telly Brussell came from, but that sufficient evidence suggests that the bullets came from the Ruger used by Cooper Wesley. The prosecution has been building their case for days, but I believe that when the jury returns from lunch, the defense will begin building their case. I'll be here at the courthouse bringing the latest from the trial. In Van Buren, covering news where you live, I'm Bo Russell, 5 News.
All right, thanks, Bo. Well, President Trump is meeting with the NATO Secretary General at the White House ahead of a major announcement on the war in Ukraine. The president has indicated plans to send Patriot air defense missiles to Ukraine along with other weapons as he grows more frustrated with Russia's refusal to end the fighting. Natalie Brandt reports from the White House.
With Ukraine facing unrelenting drone strikes from Russia, President Trump met with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte at the White House Monday morning to discuss next steps.
I'm disappointed in President Putin because I thought we would have had a deal 2 months ago, but it doesn't seem to get there. So based on that, we're going to be doing secondary tariffs if we don't have a deal in 50 days.
President Trump on Sunday confirmed additional Patriot missile defense systems would be sent to Ukraine, with the European Union reimbursing the cost.
We will send them Patriots, which they desperately need, because Putin really surprised a lot of people. He talks nice and then he bombs everybody in the evening.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had been pushing for the Patriots, and the development comes amid a bipartisan push on Capitol Hill to impose steeper sanctions on Russia, as well as calls to use frozen Russian assets to support Ukraine.
Stay tuned about a plan to go after the seized assets more aggressively. Stay tuned for a plan where America will begin to sell to our European allies tremendous amount of weapons that can benefit Ukraine. Putin has calculated that we would get tired and Europe would get weary. He made a huge mistake.
The Trump administration also has just weeks left to try and finalize trade deals with top trading partners, including Canada, Mexico, and the European Union. President Trump this weekend threatened a 30% tariff on imports from the EU and Mexico starting August 1st.
Where do negotiations stand? Those countries have received letters, but there had been talks underway.
There are talks underway still, and I think the president has set a deadline so that everybody gets the clarity that you all crave by the beginning of August.
The EU announced it will suspend retaliatory tariffs that were set to take effect today in hopes of reaching a deal. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Just last week, the president threatened a 35% tax on many Canadian goods and warned of a 50% tax on Brazil. And a shooting spree over the weekend left multiple people dead and injured in Lexington, Kentucky. Police say a suspect shot and wounded a Kentucky state trooper near the local airport on Sunday, then fled to a Baptist church about 15 miles away and opened fire there. Lexington police say 2 women were killed at the church. 2 men were injured, one of them in critical condition. The suspect was shot and killed at the scene by officers.
The majority of the individuals that attend the church there are related biologically some way or another. If not, they've been friends for many, many years. So it's a very tight-knit group of people at the Richmond Baptist Church.
Police say the state trooper who was shot at the airport is in stable condition. In developing news from the high-profile Menendez brothers case, their counsel claims a judge is ordering the LA district attorney to explain why some evidence was withheld from the jury during the brothers' second trial. The brothers are serving life sentences for murdering their parents in 1989. There's a renewed push by some to get Lyle and Eric Menendez released from prison, saying they've served their time. Well, a new flooding threat is unfolding in Texas. Heavy rain triggered more water rescue Sunday in Kerr County. That's the same area devastated by catastrophic flooding on the 4th of July. As Jason Allen reports, the latest flooding also forced crews to suspend their search for the 166 people still missing.
Heavy rain slammed Central Texas again Sunday, inundating already waterlogged communities along the state's so-called flash flood alley, including Kerr County, where the conditions forced teams to suspend their search for the nearly 170 people who still haven't been found since the devastating July 4th storms.
I mean, the speed of the change was like filling up a bathtub and then draining it, is what it looked like.
The Dupree family was at their grandmother's home in hard-hit Hunt, Texas, to celebrate the 4th. They say water from the Guadalupe River surged into the house in a matter of minutes, forcing them up into a windowless loft.
I just start making holes into this drywall with the base of the fan.
They used a fan, then a decorative wooden buoy and a pocket knife to make the hole you see now and escape through it one by one.
So I went and I tried to pull myself onto the roof, but the only way you could grab on was the gutter. And I was like, this is not gonna hold.
If the water hadn't been that high, we would have been in another predicament because we were able to swim up on the roof.
The house is destroyed, but miraculously the entire family survived.
What happens, do you think, going forward? Will you go back there? Will that be a family spot again?
I'm gonna tell you right now that I'm never going to sleep next to a river as long as I live. I honestly, we are way too close to what just happened to tell you what we're going to do. We don't know, but it's a total loss. We're blessed, right? We have a tight-knit family.
We're not planning a funeral right now.
Yeah. We're not planning a funeral.
The family was able to hold on to that decorative wooden buoy that they used to punch a hole through the side of the wall. A couple of them even got tattoos of that buoy. Up next is a special legislative session of the Texas legislature, and on the agenda is providing more relief for flood victims as well as look at an early flood warning system. Jason Allen, CBS News in Kerrville, Texas.
Well, organizations from here at home are now stepping in with disaster relief in Texas. Sheepdog Impact Assistance volunteers headed out for Liberty Hill, Texas over the weekend. Thanks to community donations, the team sent 4 vehicles and 3 trailers full of supplies, including water, dog food, canned goods, and outdoor items. Leaders say they have 95 volunteers in all, and one sheepdog first responder says the team's mission goes beyond just physical aid.
Something like this happens, it's the heart, it's the mission, the drive that we want to go and help. I mean, if we're bringing anything, it's hope to everybody that's been affected.
You can find information about how to help with this mission or how to donate on our website, 5newsonline.com. Well, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders is approving an extension on the National Guard's mission to assist there in Central Texas. The Guard will continue supporting the rescue efforts until next Sunday. 22 soldiers and 4 Black Hawk helicopters have been helping transport search and rescue teams since July 8th. Well, Arkansas is preparing to ban certain hemp products, and state regulators are now working with industry leaders ahead of the crackdown. The products in question contain substances like Delta-8 and Delta-9, chemicals that have raised some concern due to their intoxicating effects and potential dangers. A federal judge recently upheld a state law that bans the products marketed in the gray area between marijuana and hemp. Over the past week, lawmakers went back over the rules that get them off store shelves.
Over 1,500 permits that our agents have visited, performing courtesy visits, just advising them of the ruling and that these products are going to become illegal very soon, directing them to remove them from their stock immediately.
Other products in the hemp family, like CBD, that are often marketed for medicinal qualities likely won't fall under the ban.